So I want to talk to you about Tarum, or the testimony of Jesus Christ. Let's start with Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. And the dragon was enraged with the woman, and he went to make war with the rest of her offspring, who keep the commands of God, which is Elohim in Hebrew. This is, of course, in Greek. And have the testimony of Jesus Christ. Well, that word testimony of Jesus Christ is the word Marturian, which means the judicial evidence record. It has to be something that's judicial. Okay, it's not somebody giving their testimony about how they no longer do this or that or do bad things, or how much they've changed or any of that. The testimony in the judicial testimony record of Adam, Jesus Christ, who is the real Jesus Christ, the one Adam, is Tarum. And it's also throughout the other parts of the Old Testament as Yitrik. Now, what you must understand is that the Bible, even Jewish translations, etc., are fraud. And you can go prove this to yourself if you go get an interlinear Bible and their Strong's dictionary, and pay a close attention to the heys and the heads and the bets and the coughs and things that look very similar but aren't. And say go to around Genesis 32, somewhere in there. You'll find, even if you go by the letters, you'll end up with a really different translation. But even if you go to the Orthodox Rabbi Etymological Hebrew Dictionary, you literally still have to reconstruct the Hebrew language. Now, Yahweh knew that this is a diabolical, evil system. And this is why there has to be proof in objective physical reality, and that proof is the busting of clouds. Now, I'm going to go, it starts in Bereshith Bet-Hey, which is 2:5, Genesis 2:5. So the translation is meant to try to cover up what's really there. And what you think you learn all their scholarly stuff is a bunch of bunk. It's bull. All their dictionaries are bull. Even if you go to the Orthodox Hebrew Dictionary, they don't even have the word Tarum in there. All right, so we say let's look at 2:5. Wakol Shika Ha Sida Tarum Yiye, which is Va Aretz Wakol Esev Ha Sida Tarum Yitz Mak Ki Lo Ha no, not Ha Him Tir Yiye Elohim al Haaretz. Wa Adam Ayin la Avod Eth Ha'adama. Okay, so there's Tarum is in there twice, and that's the word. The consonants Tet, Resh, Mem. Okay. Now, if you go into, I have a Hebrew Reader's Bible. I also have several other Torahs, but here I got this from the Christian bookstore, so there's some BS in it. So that does have the Leningrad code Torah, but you'll see at the bottom it has all these definitions of some of the words throughout here. And Tarum's one of them. It says no, not yet. And 2:5 is about there was that mist coming up from the earth, and there wasn't plants yet to grow on the earth. That's a cover of what's really there. Okay. Now, if you go into the Orthodox rabbinical etymological dictionary, and term's not even there. There's terad, trouble, fester, which is terah, terak, burden, trouble, and snatch or secure food, teraf. Okay, these are the 3-letter roots. So we have, if you each syllable or each consonant has a meaning. So we have tet, which is exert power. That's what that means. So if you have and then you have resh, which means look, see, and understand. So it's just exertion of power that is that you can look, see, and understand. And mem means to emanate. So someone is emanating and they're exerting power that they can look and see and understand. That's what terum is. It is an exertion of power from someone exerting power, emanating. You can look and see and understand. It's called Yitzhak, which is later in Job. It's in Yitzhak. Anyway, I explain this in detail in my book because I really had to reconstruct. It's very helpful that I am the High Adam and the Return of Jesus Christ. But if you have a really inquisitive mind, you know that these people are diabolically evil, and this is what the Christian church is, a cult. It's evil. It's satanic, and especially the Catholic Church. Now, it's very interesting when in 1845, 50s, and there was a resurgence of the study of Torah in Germany, and trying to get down to the bottom of what this really is and says. So they got really close, and and this is when the beginnings of when Hitler, and then later on Hitler came up, and that was to destroy, and he was backed by the Catholic Church. Okay, and America knew about it. America knew 100%. Didn't join the war. There's lots of Catholicism, and they're it's the church. Okay, these people are evil, and the Jews, they're being punished because they're to keep and protect the Torah, and but anyone, at the same time, anyone who really wants to get to the bottom of this and get the truth can get it, and anybody that wants to be deceived will be deceived. If you want to be deceived, you can be deceived. If you don't want to be deceived, you won't be deceived. Okay, it's like that e-sword from, what's his name? Myers. Yeah, Rick Myers. They do backwards. They take the translation they want and they add fake Hebrew words to it. It's hilarious. But the Hebrew is each consonant is very important to the meaning of the word. So you get these built 3 consonants that together mean this word, and then you can add certain things like connect and continuing, creating the condition, or whatever. But let's say, like, the word translated sun is ben, right? It's bet noon. There's also another ben, but it's spelled a little differently, but bet noon, right? And then there's Seagull. I think it's a Seagull, which is the vowel markings, which is EY sort of sound. Yeah. Anyway, so bet, in the house of, in the, or house of, or at the house of, and then noon, connection. The house of connection. And sun, and names go down through the what? Males. The sun. So that's how it works. So here we see in 2:5 in Bereshith Bet Hey is the first use of terum, and it talks about Hasida, terum, Yiyeh. Yiyeh is actually the same word that is used in Genesis 13:14, which is translated "I am that I am" incorrectly. It means existence, creating the condition of existence, existence going forward, creating the condition of existence, which is the same as the Tetragrammaton, which is Yehovah, which is continuing existence, creating the condition of existence. That's Yehovah. That's the Father. And the Son is the builder, the house that connects. The only way to connect to Yahweh, which is me. Only way to connect to existence. So you have to understand the Catholic Church was very much involved in Nazism, in the Holocaust, but they're trying to keep that on the down low, But then they always go, well, we repented of this, we repented of that. These people are evil. Many are called, few are chosen. Very few people are actually saved. The earth is a gold mine for golden souls. So what this is saying here, and this is the first, that Adam, let me see, Wakol Esev Ha-Sida Teram Yitzma Kilo Ha-Him Tir Elohim Al Haaretz. Okay. Creating the condition of Adam. Okay. In the earth, Elohim created the condition of Adam, which is where he came to him. He's raised up above, and Eth Ha'adamah. Okay, and he came to one. It says that's one Ha'adamah. He went to one person, and he gave him the condition of Teram, which is being able to exert power that people can look and see and understand with their eyes, and him emanating. That's what cloud busting is, and I do it many a time. And I explain it in my book when I do the first 4 chapters of Genesis, because it's really early on when they really. But you can prove to yourself that the Bible is fraud. I mean, the Genesis, the whole law, all the translations are fraud. All of them, 100% of them, 100%. Mine's only one that, and I'm the only one with a copy of it. So, and there's not even dictionaries anywhere. Even you have to reconstruct even from this dictionary, which is pretty damn. But they leave words like tear out, which is obviously word. It's a 3-letter word. But you have to reconstruct what the actual consonants mean, and then great destructions coming from the earth and the church, especially. All the sects, but especially the Catholic one. But it's completely evil. Now I'm going to talk to you about treason. Treason under the law of the United States. Now there's a superior law, okay? Law of Yahweh, Elohim. But treason under the Constitution of the United States is supporting the enemy of the United States, and materially supporting where there has to be some money. Now, if a person or an entity or a group were doing a thing that would cause the United States to be destroyed, we would say that was the enemy of the United States. Period. Right? So, going against me, the high Adam, knocking my woman, my money, messing with my home, is be the enemy of the United States. Right above it, and also supporting materially. So everyone who's supported materially the Catholic Church, which includes sending your kid to a Catholic school, is a treason. You're guilty of being a traitor. You give money to the Catholic Church, any Catholic charity. So you even like Catholic charities. United States government is guilty of treason of itself. Crazy. But honestly, a person can prove that the entire what they're trying to do is cover up it's fraud. You can prove it to yourself because you have to prove it to yourself. You can't let little things go. Little things, the devil's in the details. Devil's seriously in the details. You can't try to translate. I mean, you can, but anyway. So I don't know when I'll release that book because I've been working on it for almost 10, well, better part of 10 years. And that's just the first through Genesis or Breach at the 4:2. That's it. And because the Hebrew language is very different from any other language on the earth. It is the divine language. It's not like a human language. Okay, it's different. But you can prove if you really have a critical eye and notice details. What I love about this Bible is the print smaller. If you go into the internet, it's terrible small print. They know what it's trying to cover up, and you'll go kooky-eyed trying to figure out with your double magnifying glass. Is that a bed or a hay? Is that a hay or a head? What do you know? And then trying to look up at their interlinear politics. It's ridiculous. But there's enough in there that we can in the Bible itself is why no one's without an excuse. No one has an excuse. There's still enough seeps through to people. They have to question. They're without excuse. And Yahweh doesn't care about their giving money to the poor. You're giving money to another demon-possessed person that's poor. So what? There's only one way to be saved. If you're giving money to a bunch of other people that are also worshiping the devil. Hello? Anyway. So that's it. But I want to talk about, this was about Tarim, the word Tarim, because in the Christians say, well, Tarim means to interrupt or suspend. It's a non-occurrence of something. No, not yet. Which no is the word low, but anyway, I'm not going to get into Hebrew right now, but there is proof and objective reality. It just transcends all beliefs and arguments. This is the real thing, the real Yahweh, busting the clouds, okay? And it's not walking on water. Chris Angel can walk on water. He can't bust a cloud. That is Marturia. That is the testimony of Jesus Christ. That is the real thing. That is legal evidence. Legal means it's in the Torah. Just like the legal evidence of these people are traitors, treasonous, really, per the United States Constitution of treason. Now they have to get two people to testify against them. That's not going to happen. So they're not going to be convicted under the United States law of treason, but we're dealing with the law of Yahweh, not the law of the United States. I'm just pointing out that they are treasonous under the law of the United States. Okay, the United States is going to be destroyed. It's already gone against me, period. And there's no, like I said, the best that they can hope for is to suspend and get back on the track of blessing until, this comes at another date, 70 years down the road. So these leaders can get by. It won't happen on their watch. So, but, the Catholics, just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Absurd.